Hi everyone, back for another reading today, which is going to be for the full moon. The full moon is in Pisces on Thursday the 31st of August, 2:35 a.m. British Summer Time. So full moons are typically associated with end of cycles, release, bringing things to fruition if you put intentions out during the new moon. It's like a double whammy of water with Pisces and the moon, and both are associated with emotions and spirituality. Pisces is the 12th house. So we've also got a lot from both elements, the moon and Pisces, about intuition, psychic senses and ability. So your intuition might be quite high at this point in time. It's also associated with creativity, compassion, illusions and secrets. So maybe some secrets will be coming out, maybe some illusions will be exposed. Pisces is a mutable water sign, so it's changeable. There could be changes. And also both the moon and Pisces are connected to dreams and sensitivity as well. And also there is an element of faith with Pisces because it does, as I said, it does go into spirituality. So the books that you can see on the table are some of the oracle decks I'm going to be using today, but let's get straight into this reading. So what does the collective need to know for the full moon in Pisces? And we have a shadow period a few days before and after the full moon, so the energies will at the very least be relevant for a few days. So let's look at, first of all, the overall energy, the main focal point, overall energy for the full moon in Pisces. I feel like I've been saying new moon, but it's full moon in Pisces on the 31st of August. And I've just noticed when I've been putting my decks away, as usual, I've mixed one up. And it's the 10 of Pentacles. I don't know if that's relevant, but we'll take it out. That happens to me a lot. And it's funny, it didn't really used to happen that much until I started putting videos on YouTube, and then it happens a lot more often now. So I don't know. But let's look at the main overall energy for this period of time for the collective. And we have two. We have the Page of Cups and we have the World. So the World is successful ending of a previous cycle, and now going into a new cycle. And we've got the Page of Cups there. So I would say, well, the Page of Cups can be about creativity. It can be about psychic abilities as well. It can be the inner child and the inner child's desires. So what do you desire from the heart? And maybe going into a new cycle with whatever it is you desire from the heart. Let's see what else we get with that. So let's look at your energy at this period of time and within this energy and this situation. Someone wants to start a new cycle. So whether that's you, someone around you, maybe they want to bring you into the new cycle as well. That's your energy. Oh, we have the moon. So we've got the Six of Cups and the moon together. Maybe uncertainty, to be honest. But let's see what else comes out. So let's look at the external energy, any external factors, external people, just external energy that influences the situation. We have the Page, wow, we've got the Page of Wands, the King of Wands and Justice. That's interesting. That looks kind of like a progression from the Page of Wands to the King of Wands, although the Knight of Wands is missing. Yeah, that's interesting. It's almost like someone's grown up, or a situation has matured. Something's matured here, it feels like. Let's get some guidance or advice, and then I'll get some oracle cards to give the reading a bit more depth and flavour. So guidance, advice. Ten of Cups. And I was just thinking in my head, I mean, I don't feel that I go down the romantic route that often, but I wouldn't be surprised if this had a romantic element to it. Yeah, on the bottom of the deck we've got the Knight of Pentacles, the Empress and the Lovers. So if it was romantic, if it was romantic here, it would be someone coming with a stable opportunity potentially. I mean, I know here we've got the Page of Cups, but that would be the beginning stages of a if it is to do with a relationship, it would be the beginning stages. I mean, this is where you start off, isn't it? The Page of Cups doesn't necessarily mean the person is a Page of Cups or has Page of Cups energy, but that would be the initial introducing yourself to someone, asking them out, getting to know someone. And then, as I say, it looks like something's matured here, and that's the external energy. Let's get some oracle cards. So let's get a, which one is it? African Goddess Rising card first. So what else do we need to know? We have, wow, Sacred Lust, after I just said it could be romantic. I mean, I don't know if it literally means lust, probably, but we'll read the message. And Divine Lineage. Okay. And strangely, prior to this reading, while preparing, I did pick up on pregnancy. I've picked up on pregnancy while I was prepping everything, and sexual energy as well. But we'll see what that Sacred Lust is about. Let's get a card, an oracle card from Everyday Witch Oracle. What else do we need to know about this energy, about this period of time? A ton of cards have fallen on the floor, that helps. So we have Healing Waters. We have Giving to Passion. I don't know why I'm laughing. I think it's because of that sexual energy thing stuck in my head now. And then we've got Lust and Passion. And it doesn't necessarily mean sexual. I mean, the King of Wands can be seen as quite sexual as well, but it doesn't necessarily mean sexual. It's just passion is passion, isn't it? Right. Oh, God. And we've got Accept Love. I don't know why I'm giggling. It's a bit ridiculous, isn't it, really? I'm not a school kid. Far from a school kid. There could be a romantic undertone to this. I don't know. We'll see what else comes out and what clarifiers come out. It could just be passion in general to do something that you really want to do. It's going to be interesting reading these oracle cards. Okay, so finally we'll get a Queen of the Moon card as well, and see what comes up for that. Okay, what else do we need to know about this reading? We have, oh God, here we go again, hunger. It's not about lust, but, you know, sometimes hunger, you sort of, one of the first thoughts is lust, isn't it? It's more just desire in general. Hunger is what do you hunger for, and surrender. And then surrender is something that comes with surrender, release. It's a similar type of energy, isn't it? I'd say two sides of the same coin, so hopefully you can see all of theirs on there. Let's clarify. So as I said, Page of Cups, it's definitely coming out of a cycle, an old cycle, and going into a new cycle. Page of Cups is Pisces. The pages typically are just the element rather than associated with an actual sign, but some people have given the pages signs that they're more related to, and I feel like the Page of Cups is Pisces, Page of Wands is Aries, I believe, and the King of Wands is, who's the King of Wands? Leo. I don't really read, like, say it in my readings, I don't really say, oh, so it could be that a Aries is coming in because I can see the Page of Wands, or a Leo is coming in. If it was someone else, it would be just that that's the energy they're in at that present moment. Yes, there could be a Leo or a fire sign or whatever, but it's more about the energy they're embodying at that particular time, or the energy they're bringing at that particular time. So let's clarify that Page of Cups. I mean, that could be you. I mean, you've got Pisces. The moon is associated with Pisces and Cancer as well, isn't it? So We've got the high, this is Pisces, is associated with Pisces as well, actually, the High Priestess. So we've got plenty of Pisces energy already. That could be a secret. That could be a secret. We've got the Fool on the bottom of the deck, which is often taking a leap of faith, isn't it? Let's get another one for that Page of Cups and the World. Five of Cups. The Moon speaks of secrets as well, doesn't it? Right, so High Priestess, Five of Cups. I would take it that the Five of Cups would be the old cycle, what's been left behind, released. Let's get one more for the Page of Cups and the World. So we have Four of Swords. I'd say that's a point of surrender as well. And the Page of Pentacles. Which page is missing? Page of Swords is missing. So we've got water, fire, and earth. And then the Page of Swords is missing, which would be communication. And there's no swords here, are there? Okay. Oh yeah, there is Four of Swords. But then that's not movement. Four of Swords doesn't really move or do anything. Okay. So for the Page of Cups and the World, I do feel like the High Priestess is secrets. I mean, it can be intuition, and you've got the Moon there, which could be intuition as well. But even if it is intuition, it's keeping it to yourself. As I say, the Five of Cups can be pain, it can be disappointment. Four of Swords is healing. So that may be where you or someone else potentially has healed from past hurt and pain. And I'd say it's been ready to plant a new seed, isn't it? With the High Priestess there, this is something that you could have kept to yourself. You know, like when you heal in private, where you just don't let anyone know what you're going through and you just do it all alone and no one knows. But regardless of whether it's a secret or not, or it's intuition, you could be following your intuition as well based on what you've been through before, learning to trust your intuition more. There's definitely something here about going into a new cycle, but there's a sense of innocence about it, and it's I'd say it's a heart's desire. Okay, so your energy, I said, is, let's bring these up a little bit. We've got the Six of Cups and the Moon, so there is some connection to the past here. Let's get clarification on the Six of Cups and the Moon. Straight away we have the Nine of Pentacles. What else do we get for that? The Hierophant is in reverse. We want to take it in reverse? Yep, we will. And we have the Moon again. Lord, what else? There's a shitload of Pisces energy on here. I mean, we've got Healing Waters as well, which is water, more water. One more. I think that's the Devil, but bear with me. Yep, the Devil. And I'll just check what's on the bottom of the deck. We have the Chariot and the Six of Pentacles. So, I mean, I did get an independence vibe from that Nine of Pentacles. And then with the Hierophant being in reverse, I mean, the Hierophant is about rules and regulations, but with it being in reverse, it's like throwing the rule book in the bin, isn't it? Really, throwing it away. There could be something here about where traditions and rules in the past, because we've got the Six of Cups there, have kind of kept you in the dark, I would say, with the Moon being there, and restricted you and held you back, with the Devil being there as well. So these to me are things that have held you back, where you've been held back, where you haven't known what to do. And as I say, Nine of Pentacles to me is more to do with independence. Maybe there's a need here to be more independent because there's uncertainty about what to do and the rules are just not helpful at this time. Maybe this is something you're coming out of, where you are becoming more independent to achieve whatever it is you want to achieve, because the rules have held you back. I mean, yeah, we've got give into passion, surrender, hunger. Those are all things to do with the things that you desire. And then, as I say, with that devil and the Hierophant in reverse, it's like those are the things that would have held you back. But healing has taken place. We've got healing waters here as well. Let's look at that 10 of Cups. Now, let's look at the external energy, which is the Page of Wands, King of Wands, and Justice. So 10 of Swords, ending of an old cycle. 8 of Pentacles, that to me is giving me a strong... Okay, so if this is another person, this is where they've grown up. I don't mean physically grown up, I mean mentally grown up, because to me the 10 of Swords is leaving an old cycle behind. 8 of Pentacles is where you've done the work. So something's matured here, and then Justice as well. So something's definitely matured, and it's something's right now, if that makes sense. Let's get one more clarifier for that. I mean, if it's not a person, it just represents the energy of something maturing. 2 of Wands. Let's just shift those around a little bit. One more for that. I would say that if there is something about maturing here, or someone maturing, it's been an active decision to put in the work to do that. And what I should have really done is read the oracle cards before I started doing this, but it's fine, it all tied together anyway. 4 of Cups. Again, that's making me think of doing the work. I mean, I know the 4 of Cups can often be, typically in tarot, it can be like stagnation, dissatisfaction, boredom, etc. This 4 of Cups is more, to me, about contemplation, deep contemplation, meditation. It's cups, so it would be emotions, like shutting the rest of the world out to figure things out for yourself. And then, as I say, it looks like something or someone has matured here. And we've got the Hermit on the bottom of the deck, which basically is just that energy wrapped up in one card, isn't it? Deep contemplation, inner knowing, to seeking knowledge, soul searching. Okay. It's interesting because it's telling me what the knowledge, what the energy is, but there's not that much context to it. So, I mean, it's hard when you do collective readings because it will be different for everyone. Not everybody's going to have the same storyline. So it can be difficult. I mean, obviously, you know your situation. You know if this is all about you, that you've matured, or there's a situation that's matured. You'll know if it's another person in your life that's matured. It could be as simple as, say you have an adult child who's kind of been codependent on you, and they've made an active decision to grow the hell up. And now you've got justice from that, because maybe they lived at home and they didn't have a job, they didn't do anything, and they've made an active choice that they're going to turn things around and they're going to actually grow up. As I say, if it was a romantic partner, or it's someone you're in a relationship with, maybe they were immature before, maybe they were non-committal, but they've made an active choice to put in the work and grow up. I can't think of any other examples for that. A situation, if it was a situation, I don't know how to explain it if it's a situation. Work, I mean, you've got the 8 of Pentacles there. It could be something about the work environment has improved potentially through the efforts of the people there. It does feel more like a person, though. I mean, I know it's court cards, so it is people, but it does feel more like a person in your life that has matured. And obviously, Page of Cups, it can, as I mentioned, I think I mentioned earlier, it can be about the beginning of relationships, can't it? Where somebody comes in and it's the beginning stages of dating, asking someone out, getting to know someone, etc. Your energy again. Let's go back to your energy. Your energy. If I can pick the cards up. You had the 6 of Cups, so there's something about the past there. So if it is a person, it's somebody that you already know. And then the moon, I think I mentioned uncertainty, didn't I? Something about uncertainty. I feel that Nine of Pentacles is you, that you're likely already stable or independent, or you're needing to move more towards independent, but it feels more like uncertainty. If this is someone romantic or whatever, if it's not romantic, there's something about the way that they've, and obviously it would be there because we can see change and maturity. There's something about the way they did things before that is very different. I mean, the Page of Wands is sometimes, is the Fool here? The Fool's not here, is it? The Page of Wands, in some decks, can be seen as quite eccentric. So going against the rules. And I suppose that out of all of the kings, I would say the King of Wands would be the one that is the one that would be most likely to follow his own rules. He would be the entrepreneur, the visionary, the one that goes against the grain. There is something here with that Hierophant in reverse, potentially about going against the grain. Maybe you need to be more open-minded, and that's why there could be some confusion or uncertainty here. Maybe you need to be more open-minded about something. I mean, we've got surrender here, yeah. Because Hierophant can be beliefs as well, can't it? So maybe there's something about your beliefs that you need to let go of, to let this new cycle begin, this new energy in. If this is a person, you've got Justice here. So whatever they're bringing to the table, whether or not it's romantic, would be positive. I can't think of another word. Justified maybe, but positive, I would say. Like if it's someone that did you wrong previously, or they haven't quite been doing things right, then they would be making things right now, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Let's look at that 10 of Cups. So that is the advice and guidance. So that would, to me, that would be about going for your happiness, whatever it is that makes you feel fulfilled. Keep that in mind, whatever you do, and don't rush. Knight of Pentacles is a slow moving energy, so don't rush with it. Don't feel that you need to rush. Just make sure that it is what will fulfill you and make you happy. Seven of Pentacles, yeah, that's assessing whether or not you want to put in the effort into something. If you are already putting effort into something, constantly assessing, is it working? Let's get one more for that. Oh dear, here we have the Tower. I guess that would mean that if it's something where you're trying to decide if it's going to, you want it to be something that fulfills you. So you take the steps, you take your time, you put the effort and energy in, and if it's not working, then you tear it down because it's not working. You don't have to hold on to it if it really isn't working. Let's get one more after the Tower though. We have the Six of Pentacles, yeah, because you would want to restore balance if something's not working, wouldn't you? It's quite an ambiguous reading. I mean, it is the moon, which is mysterious anyway, and Pisces is mysterious as well, isn't it? So, as I say, it's picking up the energy, but it's not... Collective readings are hard to pick up specific things unless something really stands out. So let's look at these oracle decks and see which, as I say, I should have probably read them first and then they would have given more flavour, but I'm sure it will tie together anyway. So let's look at Kitesh, I believe, Sacred Lust. So she says... Goddess of Sacred Lust from Egypt, a fire energy. Katesh, the mistress of the gods, is the Egyptian goddess of sacred sexuality. Okay, it is sexuality then. I was trying to deny that, but yeah. Goddess of sacred sexuality, ecstasy, and fertility. And I think, did I mention at the beginning of this reading that I picked up on pregnancy and sexual energy? So, yeah. Her two men, yes, are the fertility god Min and Mantu, the god of war. Oh, and Mars is in Libra. This is interesting. Mars is in Libra at the minute. She just said Mantu, god of war. Fertility god. Is Venus associated with fertility? Probably. I'm not 100% certain, but I would say probably more so than... Or would it be the moon? Well, it's a full moon, isn't it? So I'm convinced that somebody's pregnant or going to get pregnant. I'm putting it out there. If anybody's pregnant, congratulations. If you're trying then and you don't want to be pregnant, you might want to be very, very careful. Right, it says you are an erotic creature. You have a divine right to experience sensual ecstasy. It is sacred to give and receive pleasure. You deserve to feel good. It feels good to feel good, so allow yourself to feel good. Lean into your sacred lust. Turn up your own fire and quench your thirst. Dance with pleasure. You daring to embrace your sensuality will set the world on fire. It feels good to feel good. So with that six, I was going to say Sex of Cups, Six of Cups, and the Moon, and the Devil as well, because the Devil can be about lust, can't it? And to be frank, with this Hierophant card, I'm not going to lie, I do, there's a bit of a S&M vibe it gives me. I know that's nothing to do with the Hierophant, but it's just I mean, they've got the whip, you've got two naked people. It really does give me S&M vibes. There could be something here about releasing sexual inhibitions. And I'm not saying that as a joke. I genuinely mean that. I mean, you've got the Hunger card, which is not, this one isn't a sexual card, but you could consider it to be sexual. You've got Given to Passion here, which is passion in general, but passion can be sexual too. And you've got Accept Love, it could be romantic love. So there could be something about releasing inhibitions. I mean, with the Nine of Pentacles, it is stability and everything, but sometimes it can be about being in a gilded cage, where you've got everything around you that you need and you're kind of like unwilling to step outside of your comfort zone. So there could be something here with, because this is your energy, about becoming uninhibited sexually. I know that's a really weird message, but that's one thing that's coming up here. Maybe there's confusion around that, or maybe that's a side of yourself that you've always kept hidden in the past, because the Moon can be things that are hidden secrets. You've got the High Priestess there too. That's like a hidden energy. The King of Wands, I think I mentioned it, is quite passionate, can be seen as quite sexual. Fire energy is sexual. There could be an issue here with someone where, if it's romantic, the past energy may have been sexually immature, but now it's the sexual energy could still be there now, but in a way where there's more stability alongside it as well, because you've got the Justice card, where, I mean, justice, commitment, isn't it? So if somebody comes back, you may be concerned that they're just trying to use you for sex. But with the Justice card there, it looks like, although yes, they may be very attracted to you, because the Devil can be attraction as well, it's not just sexual attraction. They maybe want commitment too. I mean, definitely use your discernment with that. If it is that kind of energy that's happening around you, that someone's coming in, and you need to assess for yourself if you feel that they are going to give you what you need, whether it's commitment you need, or even if it's not, maybe you don't want commitment, maybe you do just want sex, and you're contemplating if you should go down that road and just focus on that. It's as long as it fulfills you emotionally. 10 of Cups, that's the main thing, isn't it? Let's look at the Divine Lineage card now and move on from the sex talk, which I have to say I have been contemplating for a while, doing a embracing video, like called Embracing Your Sensuality or Sexual Side or something to that effect. So that still could happen. I would really like to do that. I don't know how that would go down, but we'll see. Anyway, Sarah or Sarah La Kali, goddess of divine lineage, Romani Egypt is a water element. Great ancestress Sarah or Sarah La Kali, meaning Sarah the Black, was an Egyptian prophetess and the patron saint of the Romani people. Oral history says that Saint Sarah had the highest divine lineage. Your ancestors protect the Holy Grail. I was just going to say the Holy Grail is you, and it says it anyway in the book. The Holy Grail is you. Divine ones walk beside and within you. Trust. Your ancestors want to remind you that you are not alone. They are rooting for you. They ask you to honor your spirit guides and call upon the power of the divine. Create or nourish your ancestral altar or shrine. Unbury your ancestors. Speak their names. Your divine lineage ancestors may be blood related or culturally or spiritually connected. I am my sister and my sister is me. And the only thing I can take from that is just asking for design assistance, really, for this particular reading itself. Yeah, it says call upon the power of the divine. Honor your spirit guides and call upon the power, and be grateful as well. if that's something that you believe in, like having a spirit, I feel I've got a spiritual team, whether that's God, angels, ancestors, guardians, spirit guides, etc., whatever you feel you believe in, call upon them for protection, assistance in if it's making decisions. You may want to talk to your angels. Some people like to do that, and show gratitude as well. So let's look at that healing waters message. You may need guidance. If there's any confusion here about anything, you may just need guidance, and that's where you ask for divine assistance and support. So I'm looking at healing waters. This book has a really strong, found it straight away. I was going to say it has a strange index, but I found it straight away. Right, so water has always been associated with healing. There are sacred springs, pools and wells all over the world. It is traditional in many places to make a pilgrimage to these healing waters, often at the time of the summer solstice, but you can use water for healing work all year round, even if you have to create your own sacred site. If you have a bathtub, you're in luck. Salt and water are often used for cleansing during magical rituals. So if you don't have a body of water nearby, you can still take advantage of water's healing powers, or you can just stand outside when it's raining. We are witches, we know how to improvise. And I have to say, I multiple times a week do have I didn't even do it as a ritual, to be honest. It's just I felt like doing it. But for a long time I've taken baths regularly with bath salts, so magnesium, CBD, is it Himalayan pink salt? There's a few other ones with different ingredients, but even though that's what I didn't initially start it as a ritual, I've sort of realized, oh, it is an actual ritual, especially when I've been to work and I come home. It's like I'm trying to wash away that energy and cleanse myself. Right, so it can be a shower as well. I've even made my own soap where I've put the ingredients like sage and things like that, and the salts within the soap, so it's cleansing. If I can't have a bath, then I can use it in a shower. So this talks about connecting to water, because water is healing. So maybe to clear away any confusion that's here with this moon card under here as your energy, you may need a healing bath to sort, healing water to cleanse any confusion away. And then that will make things clearer if there is something that you need to surrender to, release, whatever it is. It'll just make things clearer for you. Let's look at give into passion. See if I can find that one. That's fire energy. Okay. There are times in life when the best thing you can do is give into passion, whether it is the fire of any relationship. It's the potential is there. The excitement of creating art. I mean, Page of Cups, I said, is creativity as well, isn't it? And then the moon and Pisces can be creativity. Or simply the joy of spending a day on the beach under the heat of the sun. It can be good to let yourself go and just be, as long as whatever you are passionate about is a positive force in your life, love or creativity or just plain fun. It is important to occasionally stop worrying about being practical and simply follow your bliss. And that's what I feel this Nine of Pentacles is potentially worrying about being practical. Kind of not being able to let go. I mean, I know Nine of Pentacles can often be seen as someone who is admired and they have everything they need and they're successful. But this woman always looks sad to me in this particular deck. She looks sad and lonely. I mean, she's talking to a squirrel. So yeah, maybe it's time to let some fun into your life, some passion. And it looks like if this is a person, there's someone here offering that to you, potentially. And Page of Cups is fun as well, isn't it? It's the inner child. You've got the Ten of Cups there. I mean, that's whatever brings you joy. Obviously, with the Knight of Pentacles, it says don't rush into anything, because obviously you want to use your discernment to see if it's right for you. But maybe there is a need to let go and have fun a bit more, especially if you've been through a difficult time. I mean, you've got the Five of Cups there as a past energy, Four of Swords where you've healed. So if you've been through a rough time, you probably do just need to let go and have some fun as well. And maybe this person, whoever this is here, they potentially have been through a rough time as well, and you could come together and have fun together. And I didn't mean that in a sexual way, but if that's how you'll have fun, then that's how you'll have fun. Yeah, the divination message says this card is probably telling you that you are working too hard and playing too little. Are you putting aside enough time to do the things that you are passionate about? Have you even allowed yourself to consider what those things might be? If the answer to either or both of those questions is no, you may want to consider giving in to passion. Remember that we all draw energy from the well of our spirit. If you don't occasionally do something to replenish that well, sooner or later you will come up empty. It may seem frivolous to spend time doing things that you love just because you love them, but life can't be only about doing what is necessary and practical. Leave space for the passions of the heart. Make time for the people and activities that bring you joy, and all the other aspects of your life will benefit. Okay, there's a bit more, but I'll leave it there, and then we'll look at this accept love card. So I'm guessing that's probably going to be water energy, because the way they index this is by the element. Accept love. Nope, it's fire energy as well. So 57. Okay, for many of us, it is easy to give love to others. It may be a little more difficult to accept it in return. Accepting love means believing that you are worthy of the gift, and not all of us really believe that we are. Accepting love can also feel risky. After all, if you open yourself to love, it can be taken away, leaving yourself feeling vulnerable and hurt. Passion like fire can burn us, but it is still worth it. Only in both the giving and receiving of love can we form balanced relationships, whether between friends, family, or romantic partners. You don't have to let people in if their affection seems false or comes with a price, but if those around you offer love freely and genuinely, try to accept it with an open heart. I assure you, you do deserve it. And that's what I was saying here with this. It looks like there's some confusion. If there is a person coming in trying to offer something, there is a bit of concern about it, about if it's sincere or not. Probably is their affection false, but that's where you need to judge. But you do deserve it. You deserve to have fun. You deserve love. Okay. Just seeing what else I can make from that. I mean, the Ten of Cups is shared happiness as well, isn't it? It's happiness and fulfillment. Nine of Cups would be where you're satisfied on your own, but the Ten of Cups is shared happiness. So maybe that's what it is as well. It's a time for you to get out of the gilded cage. There's no hermit here, is there? The hermit isn't here. And to be open to receiving love, affection, fun, those sorts of things. Maybe you need divine assistance with that, asking for guidance and to just cleanse yourself so that you're ready to receive. Let's quickly look at that hunger card. I did not intend for this reading to be this long, to be honest, but it is what it is. So this one talks about feeding the good and hope within you. So I'd say be wary of being too overly skeptical. Obviously there are a few cards, 10 of Swords, 5 of Cups here, where things went wrong, or there was pain, or there was hurt, or there was disappointment. Are there any cards of hope here specifically? The star's not here. There's nothing specific about hope, but try to be open to good things, I would say. Yeah, the Wolf card is about what you're giving your energy to. Are you giving your energy to negativity, to just have one word for all the darkness, despair, hate, jealousy, those kind of things, or positivity, hope, helpfulness, kindness? What are you feeding? I mean, here there's confusion, isn't there, with the moon? The moon was under there. So be wary of that, of feeding the negativity. Try and be open to positive things. And it doesn't mean be fake happy, but just be open, surrender. So this reading might be called Surrender to Happiness and Joy, or something to that effect. So surrender, I'm taking it literally. It literally means surrender. Let go of what you no longer need. Stop being so stubborn and holding on to aspects and behaviors that don't align with who you are. Stop struggling. Yeah, and it mentions that it says letting go and surrendering admits or exposes a vulnerability or two. Page of Cups to me is innocence and vulnerability. Out of all of the pages, I mean, the Page of Pentacles is practical. The Page of Swords is it's the investigator, isn't it? So they've got more of a logical mind. The Page of Wands is the explorer, but to me, the Page of Cups is the one who is vulnerable. Maybe you need to surrender to being more vulnerable. And the moon can be about facing the unknown as well, can't it? Maybe you are facing the unknown. Okay. Hopefully there's something relevant in here. I'm going to get some final guidance. I mean, the guidance is I'd say it's to focus on what makes you feel happy, what makes you feel joy, regardless of what the actual situation is, whatever's coming in, whatever new cycle you're going into. Focus on what will fulfill you and make you happy, and it's shared happiness as well. So let other people share that happiness with you. Maybe the reading will be called Surrender to Shared Happiness or something. So this deck is the Chakra Wisdom Oracle. Is there any more guidance here? Don't know if it's going to help it or make it more confusing, but we'll see. We have growth. So that's growth. Growth is there, isn't it? And we have perfection. And shall I get one more card? I'll just get one more. Do I want to take them? Yeah, I will take it. Actually, it's relevant. This could be you putting yourself in isolation. Maybe you've been disappointed in the past, and you felt the need to put yourself in isolation. Perfection. It could be where you've been disappointed in the past that you now, whatever comes in, it's like you want it to be perfect, but you got to be realistic about it as well. Let's look up let's quickly look up these messages, the brief versions of the messages. Although these aren't that long-winded, to be honest. They're quite straightforward. So isolation, I mean, it is basically isolation. The brief message says, a childlike playfulness is hidden under Sapphire's serious, elegant exterior. The card denotes wealth and an ability to do anything well. Trust and loyalty are indicated. Sapphire also has a great capacity for healing. So you may be healing from past disappointment. But as it mentions childlike playfulness, I would say, yeah, that's something that's needed here. For you to be happy, childlike playfulness. Childlike playfulness. Let's look at perfection. This card indicates protection and an inner conflict between wanting to look good and having compassion for others. So the Hierophant can be about like values as well, can't it? Beliefs and values. So a conflict between wanting to look good and having compassion for others. Remain kind and unattached to an outcome. Being right and letting others know that you are right may not support the understanding you desire. Are you being too hard on yourself and consequently others? I would say that's something that you have to be careful of. Focusing too much on perfection, like expecting other people to be perfect, expecting yourself to be perfect. Maybe you've made mistakes in the past and that's why there's confusion now. You may not know what to do because you don't want to make the wrong choice. And let's finally look at that growth card. This card implies personal commitment and following one's heart. It is about honouring your growth and the growth of others. There is a sense of courage and abundance and an ability to stand tall. This is a time to uphold what your heart knows is true. And that's the energy there. It's an external energy, so it feels like someone else. It does feel like someone else because it's not you. Not to say that you haven't done those things, but there could be someone here in your life that you need to be open-minded and be open to have joy with them, to having fun with them. Even if it's just a friend, it might not be romantic, but there's something about it. So honouring your growth and the growth of others. So acknowledge, maybe they want acknowledgement, acknowledge the fact that they've grown. Let's see if there's anything else. Yeah, it's just literal growth still. Okay, I do hope that was helpful. I'm still not certain what I'm gonna call it. But yeah, the key points are to be open to happiness, open to passion, open to sex if that's what you need to be open to. But as I say, it does look like there's someone here who's grown, who's matured, and maybe acknowledging that and engaging with that person may help to bring you joy. So I'll leave it there. Thank you for watching. I hope you found the messages helpful in some way, shape or form, and take care.